we will use our own, additional resources which has
Sir,
been
without the funding agency sanction, means
right.
one can run the course only if they are having the surplus.
Sir, now we are live.
Correct.
Sir,
Sir, we are live now. Sir, we are live now.
Okay.
Bhavya ma'am, you can start. Yeah.
एक नवीन युग उजागर हुआ तकनीक के रंगों से, वर्चुअल कक्षा, ई किताबों, ऑनलाइन संवाद की उमंगों से। शिक्षा को नया आयाम मिला, घर घर अब वो पहुंची है। इस मशाल को हमें जलाना है नित नई तरंगों से। Honorary Chief Guest Dr. Balram Pani, eminent keynote speaker Shri Prakash Ramchandran, respected Principal Dr. S.P. Agarwal, renowned academicians from elite institutions across the country, and my dear colleagues. I, Bhavya, welcome you on this bright morning celebrating the inaugural ceremony of the 2-week online faculty development program on managing online classes and co-creating MOOCS 3.0, organized by Teaching Learning Center, Ramanujan College, established under the Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching Initiative of MHRD and Research Services and Development Cell, Ramanujan College. This initiative is an important landmark in the advancement of higher education, as the prime focus is on training the teachers, which is extremely essential. As the noted speaker and author George Corus said, technology will not replace great teachers, but technology in the hands of great teachers can be transformational. Keeping this philosophy in mind, we have already organized 2 training programs on this theme that enable teachers to utilize the power of technology for building online courses to expand the reach of education. And this is the 3rd one in series after receiving several requests from different faculties. Built on the founding pillars of technology, catering to distance learning, and the ideological principle of education for all, MOOCs are quite intimidating not only to the teachers, but also to the student fraternity. With the open educational resource movement thriving in the US in early 2000s, MIT took the leadership by launching the MIT Open Courseware in 2002. The first MOOC dates back to 2008 with online courses by Wiley and Corus, and the term was coined by George Siemens and Dave Comer. In the following years, MOOCs have gained immense momentum, with the key aspects of using web formats, collaborative learning, assessing knowledge, and notion of time. They have now become the face of contemporary education. We held a similar workshop in February, and we really did not know that it will be very soon that we'll be completely switching over to an online medium. And I think it is very important for us teachers to transform into now technocrats, for being able to utilize technologies for better delivery of content. Now, to motivate us further and to give a nice auspicious start, I would request our guiding force, Dr. S.P. Agarwal, Principal of the College and Director TLC, to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bhavya. Good morning and welcome to all the dignitaries, my colleagues who are associated with this program, and our worthy participants, about, I believe, 5,000 from all over the country. Our chief guest today, our own fellow principal, Professor Balram Pani, not only the principal, but also director, School of Open Learning, and Dean Colleges. Actually a scientist, environmental scientist, who has done a lot of work in various areas. I was today looking at his CV. He has done a wonderful job in his area of environment science, chemistry, and other polymer sciences. Uh, our guest of honor today, Mr. Prakash Ramachandran, who is Board of Director, OpenStack, and highly placed professional in ICT, joining with us from United States. He is a top class professional and will be the keynote speaker. My colleague associated with this FDP, Dr. Nikhil, Vipin, Kamlesh, Bhavya, Sahil, Sachin, Ashish, and all the participants. Once again, I welcome you to this inaugural ceremony of 2-week FDP on online teaching and co-creating MOOCs. The main emphasis of the program is how to manage the online classes effectively. That is the important, and using the open source tools, and also creating our own MOOCs. Well, some of our participants, one program we held was on advanced MOOCs, which finished recently. And most of our participants could create their MOOCs, which we are hosting on our EDX portal, which we developed in-house. And we also believe that through this program, though it's an initial program, but most of you, we will ask you to develop your own MOOCs, because that is how you will learn, and that we can host. If it is worthy of hosting, we will host it on our platform. Well, friends, online teaching, actually, the situation is like this, as Bhavya said, that we have been doing several programs for last 1 year under this famous scheme of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission for Teachers and Teaching, to train teachers in using open source tools and to teach online. We did 2-3 programs, before the lockdown, and the response was tremendous. Then, as suddenly the lockdown happened, and in the first week itself, we once again trained our own teachers, because we wanted that the online teaching should happen in our college, at least, in the best possible manner. So Professor Pani will be glad to know that 100% of our teachers participated in the program, and online teaching was much, much better in comparison to so many other institutions in the country. So the power of training is extremely important. And I once again urge upon you that you must make it compulsory for all the colleges that they must train the teachers, especially our mid-level teachers and senior teachers, whom ultimately will have to go for open, go for online classes, because another 6 months or so, we are not going to open so easily because of this pandemic. Sir, another important thing I would share with you would be about our own college. This college is pretty new, as you know it, established only in 2012. And we offer 15 honors courses. We also offer 2 BVOC courses under the aegis of Deen Dayal Upadhyay Kaushal Kendra. We also offer several certificate and diploma courses based on the new technology, especially in business analytics, data analytics, robotics, artificial intelligence, and all those, so that our students become employable. And under this scheme of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission for Teachers and Teaching, in last 3 years, we could train, in a classroom setup about 3,000 teachers, but through this online mode, we have been training teachers in large numbers. And you will be glad to know that our number has already crossed 40,000 with various programs in different areas. Sir, another important thing I would like to discuss today, that, basically our teachers need to be innovative, and they need to inculcate the values of not only the entrepreneurship, innovation, and incubation among the young students of our country, and especially of Delhi University colleges. And, the overall development of our teachers is only possible through various training programs. And a teacher who is managing a class is not only should be proficient in his subject, but he should be very good in his communication skills, creativity, collaboration, and critical thinking. That is our endeavor in this scheme, that we should be able to do that among our teachers. Another important aspect which I always seek, that we are also just like parent to our students, that we need to inculcate the life skills among our students, the ethical values, life skills, and their day-to-day challenges which they can face while facing the industry and the society. We need to concentrate, during this COVID, we have also organized several programs for students, not only in their physical health, mental health, family health, spiritual health, economic health, that is improving their employability. So all these things we have concentrated during this COVID, so that our students and teachers are benefit the most. So under that series itself, this is our third program on online teaching and MOOCs. But in a way, we have already done one advanced, so it's a fourth one in this area of expertise which our in-house faculty has. And with this, once again, welcome to the dignitaries, and thank you for joining with us. We are really fortunate that whomsoever we invite, they join us. And to all our participants who have associated with us and who have faith in us from all over the country. Thank you very much. Over to Bhavya.
Thanks a lot, sir, for the guidance and motivation that you have always given us. Now, today, we have amongst us Dr. Balram Pani, presently Principal at Bhaskaracharya College of Applied Sciences and also Director of Campus of Open Learning, University of Delhi. He is also the Dean of Colleges of University of Delhi. He did his MPhil and PhD in Environmental Sciences from JNU. He did his Master's in Chemistry from Sambalpur University, Orissa. He has more than 24 years of teaching and research experience in various fields of chemistry, environmental sciences, polymeric sciences, biological and analytical instrumentation. He is actively involved in research with 36 publications and has successfully completed 3 Delhi University innovation projects and 2 projects from BRNS and DST. For his outstanding research, he has been awarded with the Certificate of Most Promising Innovation for one of his DU innovation project. He has also guided several MPhil, PhD, and research associate students. He has authored 19 books and has delivered various invited lectures and chaired various sessions in national and international conferences and seminars. Dr. Pani is also the coordinator for various committees formed by Delhi University and NGT Delhi. It is indeed a privilege to have you with us, sir, and we are really grateful to you for taking out your precious time for us. I know you must be really busy, and now I would request you to address the audience and enlighten us. Thank you, sir.
Sir, unmute yourself. Sir, you are mute, sir. Unmute, sir.
Thank you, Bhavya, for good nice introduction. And good morning, everybody. Professor S.P. Agrawalji, Principal of Ramanujan College, and Mr. Prakash Ramachandran, Board of Director of OpenStack Foundation, USA. And my dear colleagues, participants, and all other dignitaries and the student friends, if there is any student. And your topic means that is the MOOCs. Right now it is the managing online classes and co-creating MOOCs. Means it is the need of the time and situation that MOOCs, everybody should go for the online classes or the digital MOOC. And at this pandemic situation, right land, right time you have decided to go on this MOOCS, so it is better. So right now means I have gone through that your site. It was written that it is the creation of the e-content, designing, and the effective management of the classes. Means right, principal sir has already told. To me particularly, that the MOOCS is nothing but it is the one type of a digital technology which elaborate the pedagogical, technological, and academical ethics. Here I'm particularly saying that, emphasizing that academical ethics means we never forget about the academic ethics. You will forget that one, then whatsoever the technology, it is useless for us. And so it is all together, it will affect the direction of the innovation in virtual education. And always means whenever we are go for the distancing education or the digital mode, we always say that it is the virtual. Virtual cannot be real one. Real one, we are the teachers. So rightly Bhavya rightly pointed out in our introduction, that is the way the teachers are now becoming the technocrats. You are using the technology, means now this technology will be applied. So this is the virtual one, and the real one, we are the teachers. We are the touch bearer and will go ahead on this system. And in the creative classroom framework, and innovation is seen as an intentional activities, and which is designed to address unsolved problems and involving complex interactions between various actors who actively seek to learn from one another. This is the main thing. And from this point of view, pedagogical innovation, considering technological and digital based learning environment, it is the matter of integration among different levels of analysis. And here, it is the innovating learning process through technology involves a thorough renewal of the way we use and produce information and knowledge. Means whatever the information and knowledge we have to convert it into the technological mode, and which will be transferred to our students. This vision is opposed to the use of technologies to replicate traditional teaching practices. We are not using that whatever the traditional processes are there, we are not using the same one. We are advancing the traditional processes. And it can be extended to formal and informal learning environment, training system at all over the university. And the potential of innovation generated by technology requires organizational, institutional, and pedagogical changes, which we have done. Means that your college is, means that is what was said, that means you have 40,000 students, around 40,000 students you have done. That is the institutional. Institutional is moving that way. And pedagogical means you are going from the traditional to the digital mode. Means this is the beauty of your institution. And on a strictly pedagogical level, we believe that a good starting point is the how people learn approach. How the people learn approach. This is the MOOCS. Means what is the aim of the MOOCS? That is the how people learn approach, recently referred to in the project digital learning classroom. Means digital classrooms means we are moving in that direction. So therefore, we have means almost all the people of our university, they are moving in that direction. I believe that the innovation project based on the learning solution approach might get the level of educational innovations. Means in the simple way, we'll say that, okay, it is the innovation. No, it is the educational innovation. We are the teachers, we are the teaching fraternity. We are moving in that direction. We are real, in the real sense, we are doing the educational innovations. Both, it is both in the college and university level. Means here in the college level we are doing. Means if it will moving to the university level, and it will help to develop a key focus on the 2 points, basically 2 points. That is the first, design and implementation of classroom-based solution. That is the main aim of the MOOCS. Means you just will go for the MOOCS. Means, and by that way, I am also in the advisory committee of the MOOCS. So therefore, I know a little bit about that one. So it is the design and the implementation of the classroom-based solutions, which help teachers to integrate technology in subject matter teaching and learning. This is the main important point. And the second one, it is the encourage and open use of hardware and software devices, provide students with the lots of opportunities for learning. Last but not the least, it is the producers of information, that is the ensure a consistent support to teachers during the instructional work. Means whenever you are giving the instruction to the students or anything else, you will have to be very clear. Means when, particularly in MOOCS, that principal sir has already told that it is the individual aspect. Means okay, in the classroom, means that individual capability of the teacher, they can deliver the lecture, but here the technology will have to use so that the resolution and the sound system should be very, very clear. Otherwise, it will be very, very difficult to understand all these things. It will cannot convince the students to go for your MOOCs. And this MOOCs is also aimed at the creative classrooms, focusing on their pedagogical, technological, and organizational dimensions for innovation. Aim of the interactions is to provide a better understanding of ICT enabled innovation for learning and to identify policy recommendations for the further mainstreaming of ICT in education and training. And here I can say, if we, the teaching fraternity, able to bring this technology into the education system as we are doing, means that is, you are told that is the ninth in series, or what? It is the, if it is the ninth in series, we are moving in that direction. So right now we can say that it is innovating, means we are moving in an innovating way. That's why we are called as the teaching fraternity. And teaching fraternity always, they are move ahead of all other fellows. That's why you are called the teaching. And whenever you will say that a particular intelligent person, means when you will say that an intelligent person means he will read the book and get a heart and produce it at the time of examination, get marks. Then you will say that, okay, it is intelligent. If the particular fellow is very intelligent. And when it is a knowledgeable, means your innovation ideas, when your innovation ideas will put into your intelligence, then it will call as the knowledgeable persons. So we, the teachers, are the knowledgeable persons. We can create, and whatever the creation means, that is the creation means. So always the teachers has the ability to create something. So that's why means whatever means in that one, it is like it is written that it is a creation of e-sources, e-contents. Creation means always the creation ability is, it is with the teaching fraternity. It is our privilege. So nobody can take it away from us. So therefore means the participants, they will learn a lot. Means it is that is the faculty development. Okay, means that is the faculty development. What is the faculty development? Means we are the faculty learning system, and always the teachers are in the continuous learning process. Means they teach and they learn something new. And whenever a particular teacher is learning something new, he always tries to implement it or translate it to the students in a better way. Means when a particular teacher was a student, at that time he was not so creative, but right now he has the experience and he has the creative mind, and now he can transfer all his knowledge in creative manner to his students. So the MOOCs will help a lot to the students, not only the students, also the fellow teachers also. Means there are many other programs, but MOOCs, it is very, very popular, and you have taken the initiative. And as you said, that is the 40,000 students already participants you have covered. It is a great achievement in the short span. It is very, very difficult to achieve. And right now, I can say in the pandemic situation, it is the need. So right now, you are moving in that direction. So I can say best of luck to everybody, and you will learn a lot from this faculty development program. And thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. And I think you rightly focused on the innovation aspect that needs to be there. Yes, of course, we through these programs are trying to inculcate the technology part, but the creativeness of content delivery is definitely in the minds of the teachers. And that will, I'm sure, develop as and as we start transcending more into online content and online classes. Now, it is really nice, sir, that you could spend time for us. And I know you are quite busy and you have taken out a little time for us. And I know you have a meeting scheduled in some time. So I would now request Principal Sir to formally thank him for being with us and sharing his experiences.
Thank you, Bhavya. Thank you, Professor Pani, for sparing time and joining us this morning, and your valuable comments, both about our institution and our efforts. We are really thankful to you. You started with the MOOCS digital technology, then talked about academic ethics, and then innovation in virtual education, and pedagogy and innovation in the knowledge sector area. Also, you said that we are moving from traditional to the new technological digital mode of education. Now, and the learning process, you said that will change. Of course, we all have to, as a teacher, pull our socks, and students also will have to pull our socks, their socks, so that they can understand this new technology and they can better adhere to this new system of technology. Another important aspect you said is the instruction and creation of new classroom pedagogy. Especially, I would like to mention here that I was seeing the news about 3 days ago. A small institution, a small school, a Malipuram place in Kerala, a teacher was using augmented reality to create a virtual classroom. She was creating the monument, she was creating the sky, she was creating the skeleton, with the help of virtual, and explaining to the students as we do in a classroom and laboratory setup. So this kind of thing we need to learn. Otherwise, it will be a very big challenge for teachers to face this situation, because ultimately we have to go for blended learning even after pandemic, and we have to learn these techniques if we have to keep our jobs alive. Otherwise, most of us, especially in the private sector, will be out of job. So with this, once again, sir, thank you very much for joining us, and I'm sure you will do your best to inculcate this kind of system in different colleges of Delhi University. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Professor Agrawalji. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we have Shri Prakash Ramchandran. Sir has 35 plus years of telco ICT experience with MSEE from IIT Bombay. He is a current board of director for OpenStack, Medhavi India OSUG, senior member IEEE CS ComSoc VTA, IEEE SCW SC Vice Chair, and has been a veteran consultant on NFV CNTT, Mano, WIM, virtualization, containerization, 5G, core, edge, access, network slicing, and vertical industry solutions. The companies he has served for include AT&T Mobility, AT&T Labs, Hawaii Technologies, and currently at Dell. He was also part of Silicon Valley startups and other IT Internet data center ventures. He has been a part of OpenStack, OpenFV, 3GPP NFV, MEC, IEEE forums over the last several years in the Bay Area as well as globally in US, China, and India. It is indeed a privilege and honor to have you with us, sir. And getting that industry insight will always help the teaching fraternity all the more. So now I would request you to address us and actually guide us towards how we can move further in the course of this program and in our teaching learning delivery. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bhavya. Good, great presentation of people here, starting from Dr. S.P. Agrawal, the principal, and then followed by Professor Balram Panini. Both of them really gave us the what you call kickstart, and with the audience so big and huge and so varied, and almost all of them having better educational skills than me, I would just be humble to say that I'm more a practical guy, and I will try to describe what MOOC I understand from. So MOOC from technology terms, it's a distance learning and distance teaching. So training and teaching both are part of it. So if you take any MOOC software, whether you uh, start from the 5-year-old or 10-year-old, let's say, Moodle, or you take the newer ones like the OpenEDX or Coursera or even Canvas, those are some of the names you should be at least trying to figure out what are they and what can I, as a teacher, what can I do to enable the students as well as enable oneself, because teachers are the greatest learners. You can remember that. I had the privilege of being visiting professor in Bombay University in the 80s. So I know how short of skills we have in training, and people had to run and wait for us to come to for the engineering colleges. And so what I find is today we have a lot of engineers. Of course, we have a lot of what you call
Sir, you have to unmute yourself. Your voice is gone. Sir, please.
Sir, I think you would have to again unmute and mute. Mute and unmute, I mean. We are not able to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, okay. So what I'm saying was you can have teach, you can learn. So the Madan Mohan Malviya program for training and teaching, both training and teachers to learn, both are important. And MOOC is a vehicle which reaches wide audience, in the sense that earlier if you used to teach one-on-one, you can teach one person. Then you teach in a classroom, you can teach 50, maybe 100. And if you are in UC Berkeley or something, they teach 800 people from one floor. So it's quite possible now 800 is gone, now it is 8,000. So MOOC has really scaled the platform of training to unthinkable terms. And not only that, it is important to be very, very precise. In fact, today, machines learn better than us. So machine learning has come. So if you have to teach a machine not to make mistake and do very systematically what it needs to do, because it cannot tolerate any errors. You do one error, it may destroy you. So that's the catch-20. Whereas at least human beings, even if we make some mistakes, you can pardon me, I made one mistake, correct oneself. But with the machine, you cannot even think of making mistakes. So you can see how the precision of training has become. So if you are a trainer, what you do, you would first say, oh, this is my subject. Let's say it is economics. So if it is economics, then what do? I have to talk about demand and supply. Then how is it related to price? What is the correlation? Then you get into what do you call all the modeling. Then you turn it into econometrics, talk about the mathematics associated with this. Then you talk about the probability theory. So essentially, you start with one subject. You have to learn so many other skill sets to be able to deliver, and yet it has to be precise mathematically, in the sense that if it is a up, it is a up, it is a down, there is no gray area. So essentially, precision is important. And so when you define a course, you have to define what are the units I need to learn. Oh, I need to learn about mathematics. I need to learn about statistics. Then I can talk about economics. Then I can talk about the graphs. Then I can talk about the. So you say, unit one, I need to do this. Unit two, I need to do this. So you split into number of units. And usually when you do a course creation, you define those units and the learning objectives of each of those units. Why am I learning this? Because I need to do a differentiation. So I need to know what is a slope and what is y equal to mx plus c, what is the coordinate. So essentially you have to define what you want to. Example, most of the people prefer to do Linux because it's so fluent and it's so flexible. You can do a lot more things with Linux than many of the other languages or other operating systems. So people tend to learn Linux. So Linux has a learning objective. First is you have to know what is kernel and what is the shell around it, what is the command line interface. And then once you say what is the command line, what are the instructions, how do I create a file, how do I move a file, how do I delete a file, how do I organize my storage, and then if there is a file system, what kinds of file systems are available, and so on and so forth. And then you go to the application. How do I create application? What language do I use? Do I use C? Do I use Java? Do I use Python? Is it object oriented? And so the list keeps on growing. So therefore, you cannot have infinite sessions. So you have to divide every course into doable thing, a learnable module. So generally 7 to 8 modules, maximum 10 modules should suffice. You should not try to do too many lessons because you need to give time to sink. Even if I do one unit, I need a time to sink to absorb by solving some problems. So essentially it's a question of what you call a phased way of learning. So you have a 16 week semester, or you have a quarter. So you divide a subject into measurable units, and each of the units you set the objectives and then organize as a teacher to log those and create the courses. And once you do that, then you have to identify if a student is a testing student you assign, how does that student learn? If they go through first lesson and what questions should be asked? How do we evaluate them? Should I use a quiz as a mechanism, or should we use them to ask them to read some material, extra material? And how do we really get them to learn by going through that? And each subject is different. It does not have to be mathematics or science or engineering. It can be any subject. All subjects have to be formally divided and conquered by units. And once you have set the quizzes, then you will see the reaction of the student. If they learn, if they answer the question, they okay, the basics are clear. Then you can ask them to maybe ask some experimental, like doing some coding or some documentation or writing some white paper or doing some research and analysis. And as a principal investigator, as a faculty development program, the job of the principal investigator is to identify, define what needs to be learned in the process, so that those principal investigator can guide, having all the experience of years. If you are the principal investigator, you can not only divide the subject of learning into units, express them, cost them, and how do we estimate, and so those are the aspects, and make sure that it's under program management so that you manage it correctly, and that the outcomes are what you desire. If the outcome is that after learning a course of mathematics or say, let's say, simple probability theory, what do you expect? The guy, the person who is learning, should they know about the mean, median, mode? Should they know about what is normal curve? What is the various ways? Do you go up to simulation? And so you need to have those kinds of, the principal investigator is a key person in any organization to organize the content for the MOOC, and so that it is precise as even a machine should be able to learn. If you can make a machine learn, then you have achieved your objective as a stalwart. Otherwise, you definitely, the teachers are the learners, students. A human being is much fast, able to discriminate between what is right and wrong, and they can argue with you, but machine doesn't argue, it just simply crashes. So important thing learned from all this is that ICT, information communication technology. Information is at your tips. Today you just Google it out, you can get anything you want. But do you absorb it? Do you analyze it? Do you synthesize it? Do you provide proper guidance? And do you have proper courses? Is it evaluation is perfect? So once that is done, then the question of communication comes. When it comes to communication, MOOC is a open online curriculum, massive it is. So you can really teach. If you have a course which is very perfect, first time it may take some time. Maybe it will take a little more than what you think. You will have to put extra effort. But once it is established, you can just crash course it. You can run after one after the every 8 weeks you can produce hundreds and thousands of people. So it's a skilling. That's important. MOOC has got the skilling. You don't need a big building now. Rather, you need a big building for data center. Because if you have data center, you can load it with the servers and stack it up with every course you want the content. So it is called content. So you have a content creation, which is what the job of all our doctors are. Having knowledge, having gathered all the research and all the papers you've done, it's time for you to teach the essence of it. So that is what you impart to your students so that they learn fast. And not only that, then they learn more and more what you have done. Beyond that, they can produce. So it's a cycle, which feedback loop, you can call it a control loop, where you really catapult the country as a whole nation to be a learned and be able to produce people whose skill set is above and beyond what the world produces today. Because at this time, the competition is very severe. Even though we say that we should collaborate, but it is a competitive collaboration. So the intent to have innovation and to be able to absorb the technologies that are thrown at us, including MOOC, to be able to deliver is the key for building the national capital for us. Our capital is our knowledge. Knowledge is king today. You cannot make mistake. If you go down, okay, the measures are different for every innovation index in the world. If you go to China, they have, I have got 100,000 patents. Well, we may not be having 100,000 patents, but what matters to us is our people learn enough to understand those patents. And it doesn't have to be patents to do something. Nobody can stop anybody. We always have an idea, utility, which we can learn. Like, how did they produce 100,000? They learned from the US and they learned from Europeans. They learned from everybody. And that is what Chinese did. And in fact, open source is important because it allows open technology. And our ability to get open technology is key to the success of our country. And so open technology, how do you gather? That's why we work in open source. Why? Because open source allows you to collaborate in communities which are different people from different, including Chinese, including US, including Europe, including Pakistan, including Bangladesh, you name it. There is, in knowledge, there is nothing stopping you from collecting information and then analyzing. Then once you get to do something as a proof of concept, then you can apply it. And once you apply it, then you are able to innovate. So initially you learn, you innovate, Of course, you can do patent, nobody stops, but how writing papers, but seminal papers is more important. You can write 100 papers, but that one paper that you wrote, where you put so much of new ideas, is what succeeds. So essentially, even in papers, how many people have read yours is what your 100, 200,000. It's not producing 1,000 and read by one time each by yourself and your colleague or the co-authors. But one paper that is so seminal that everybody reads it. Like example, if I talk about Professor Satya, CMU University, his one paper on edge computing on the cloudlet uh, turned the whole industry to look at edge computing as a criteria. So that's what we want from our people. Our people should focus to ensure that we get the best out of our knowledge and spread the knowledge and apply. And obviously, when you apply it, it creates a lot of jobs. It creates a lot of new industries and the investment. I don't think government in this time is backing off from anything. You ask anything, they will give you, but you have to justify how, what is your intent, what do you want to do, how do you want to get, and what you can produce for the country. So I'm pretty confident that our government is really good, and it will give you, irrespective of political leanings, it will give you what you need to do. So it's a question of our ability. And so building our capability is very important. And this AI and ML, that is artificial intelligence and machine learning, besides the MOOC part of it, where you teach and learn, you also have new initiatives coming, I think, under different programs. And I'm Prime Minister's several programs I have been watching. I am amazed at the bureaucrats. We call them bureaucrats, but they are really intelligent. You have to give them the what you call the hats off to them. They think through so many things, and then they come up with programs and programs which really catapult our nation into a number one, going towards.
Sir, I think
Wait,
again some
Mr.
problem with the audio. Sir.
Audio is the problem, sir. Prakash ji, your audio we cannot.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes,
Okay.
sure, please.
Yeah. So I was once you said, I thought maybe I was having some problem. Okay. So what we want to see in ICT. So I will give you some based on the open source and open stack which I have been working with. What we have been moving is something called Open Infra Lab. Now, Open Infra Lab, you have Boston University, MITs, and a couple of universities joining together. And what they are trying to do is they are trying to provide the resources for research. Now, we do have edas.info, most of you must be using, because you can, under IEEE or whatever banner, you can write a lot of papers and publish them. And when it gets published, then you are happy about your creations. So what I would say is that kind of thing is research, and plus there are labs available in the open infra. Anything you want to experiment, try out, like if you want to do something like a machine learning, machines are available. And not only that, if you have some processing that, like example, calculation of pi has been always been a wonderful thing in the history. How do you calculate pi to n number? And Ramanujam, the name itself of the college, creates a impression that we are very, very solid in mathematics. And so going back to the days when Ramanujam really was in UK, and you can go back and look at how wonderfully what he has predicted, even today's machines cannot still reach that level.
Yes.
So sometimes you can have your development of your faculty and your nervous and your neural networks on your head, which can surpass even the best of the best machines. So yeah, that's a rare phenomena, but still, that's the devotion. Basically, that's the way one would like to see that our faculty all over develop that skill set. And so what I was trying to come to was this, that you have something called as ICT, And last 6 to 7 years probably, we have been into digital transformation. And digital transformation is way of doing everything over online, and which now includes distance learning or MOOC. And MOOC is one of the biggest inroads for everybody to learn. So even a village person who cannot come to the urban center can learn sitting at home. All they need is the internet access. So digital transformation has not only affected the monetary, but also the educational, health, finance, name it. All industry is changing. And in this involving thing, whatever if I take a white paper or a thesis of 2000 and 2001, a lot of it has become outdated. In fact, you have to reread. They had some essence of it, but that has to be rethought or reimagined under new digital transformation. Same way, operational transformation. So today, operations of doing this, I cannot even imagine sitting here. I'm talking to you as if I'm your place, right? In Delhi or in Bhubaneswar or wherever you are, in Chennai or whatever, Mumbai. So what it tells you is that it's no more that you cannot get what you want. You can get, as long as you have the will and the what do you call, the urge to do something, you can do it. So operationally, you can do anywhere to anywhere. So operational transformation is important. Therefore, if you have a data center and you need to manage so that you can do your training and all, you can install your OpenEDX or whatever Canvas, or if you want to take from AWS, Amazon, or Google, wherever, how do you build it? Because infrastructure is important. Without infrastructure, you cannot do all this. So infrastructure development has become a very key factor. So that's why intent, innovation, investment, and infrastructure. And that's the one which Atal program, what was that? There I heard about it from our PM. So what I see obviously is there is going to be next transformation after digital transformation and operational transformation. DT to OT to we expect to go to KT, and your role is to enable KT. KT is knowledge transformation, and for knowledge transformation, AI and ML is the key. Learning, whether you do transfer learning from something or you do supervised learning, unsupervised learning. There are different learning methods. Some people are good at writing and understanding. Some people are good at reading and understanding. Some people are good at speaking and understanding. So everybody has their faculty developed in certain way. You must take advantage of what is your strength and leverage that and make sure that you transfer the knowledge. And once our knowledge transformation occurs, the machine, we will be not only be teaching oneself, the human being, we also will be teaching machines. And then machine can run like mad. Okay, it can do repetitive tasks like no business. Even our body cannot do that. So that is what we want to use the machine. We want to not only teach ourselves, but we also want to teach the machines to do what we want to do so that our productivity reaches very high level. And then in that case, we can go back to our good old Gramodya and sit down in villages, wherever you are. It doesn't matter where you are, right? Ultimately, you can produce what you want. And that means you can make the economy very powerful. And that's how the economies are built, not by wars. These days, economy building by wars is gone. It is by knowledge. So if you can beat everybody in the knowledge transformation, we will sit in the GDP level and whatever layer at the top of this world. And that's the wish. And I believe once you wish, then you apply. And we hope to see everybody of you apply to that. So I think I have given what I can, but of course the open source has got all the languages, all the cool stuff. But as a knowledge worker, as a knowledge champions of this Indian economy, we expect that all the listeners who are there, who are on the top of their career, are moving towards it. Even in our own team here, I know Vipin is there. Rama, the other people who are there, maybe I do not know all of them. They are almost like my colleagues. So Sachin is there, Ashish is there, and all of these people, Kamlesh is there. All I want you to do is to be a principal investigator, PI, and lead your teams so that they can. It doesn't take long. It is a 2012 college, I heard, which is hardly eight, even not even 8 years. So what people have covered in hundreds of years, you can just smash it and cover it in 15 years. Next 8 years, you can translate the Ramanujam University into a great learning center like Ramanujam. And I hope you can deliver that. And I look forward to working with you all the time. I'm available as you have seen. And thank you very much. I think should stop here with my sermon, but essentially it's a motivational speech, and wish I had got one of these earlier in my own time. Yes, I was inspired by some of the people, but that's apart. At this time, what I can bring is to the Ramanujam University. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. I'm open to any question that is thrown at me.
Thanks a lot, sir. I think it was indeed inspirational for all of us, as well as I'm sure to all the audience. And you'll be happy to know that the course has been developed on the OpenEDX platform. And we also have modules that talk about usage of Google Classroom, OBS, Render Forest, and also we are going to tell them how they can actually use the infrastructural facilities of open source platforms to develop their own MOOCs. So yes, that is definitely a part of our agenda, and you have inspired us a lot. And I'm sure Principal Sir must be thinking we will definitely like to invite you to our esteemed institution whenever things permit. And it will be great to learn from you and to be guided by your knowledge and experience. It was truly, truly very, very nice to hear from you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Bhavya, and thank you.
Bhavya, any questions from participants, or I should speak for 2 minutes?
Yes, sir. I think you should go ahead.
Okay. Once again, Prakashji, it was a wonderful, talk you gave because you had the real experience. Because US is the hub of technology. I'm sure, first of all, you and your friends are safe in US because these days people are more scared from US than from any other country. So I believe everything is safe because I have also been trained in US way back in 1986. I did my MBA from University of Houston and then PhD coursework from University of Texas. So, but I decided to come back, and that's how the things started. And you started very well with MOOCs, software, and the kind of platforms. And we have also seen the Coursera.org. My friend was the investor in that from London. So we really did a lot of things looking at the Coursera.org. And then you talked about artificial intelligence and the machine learning, and in the last how you motivated our young faculty, whether it is Sachin, Nikhil, Vipin, everyone to become principal investigator and to lead the team and to lead this institution, which is in the name of great mathematician. And let me tell you, Prakashji, that we are really blessed since we have been named as Ramanujan. Whatever we think, we are able to achieve. So that is how that great man has given to us. So with these words, I'm sure things will move comfortably. And you very rightly said that even I was reading Harvard University president speech, that he said knowledge is the currency in 21st century. So knowledge will lead, everything else will be different. But even during this COVID, the people who will innovate, the people who will generate knowledge, people who will do innovations, or the countries who will do this, will definitely have more edge in the world, because the world order might change after this COVID is over. So with this, once again, sir, thank you very much, and we would like to be associated and guided by your wisdom to our young faculty. And definitely, as Bhavya said, we would love to receive you at our institution. We are trying our best. We have created the best of the infrastructure, both in terms of IT infrastructure and the building of course, within the limited, budgets which government has, because we are 100% funded institution, and through various other means, we are trying that we should remain updated. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, sir. And now a few words for the participants before we begin the program. The content for today has already been uploaded and released on the portal rcmoocs.in. And some important things that you need to keep in mind throughout the course of the program. Feedback should be filled on a daily basis. You may access the course anytime a day, but you are required to submit assignments and quizzes as per deadline only. Also, please read the instructions related to file name of assignments and uploading very carefully, and upload them only in the course portal. Any queries pertaining to the course must be posted in the discussion forum. We will not be responsible for any issues related to internet connectivity. Also, we request you to monitor the Telegram group regularly. Every information will be posted on the portal and the Telegram group. For any issues, you may email to rcm2@ramanujan.du.ac.in. And one of the most important things, eligibility criteria for certificate. It is required for a participant to submit all quizzes and score a minimum of 40% in each quiz, and also at least 90% of assignments should be submitted to avail the completion certificate. The final decision in every matter would be with the organizing committee. We'll try to provide you the best knowledge, experience, and ultimately what we would want is that you develop your own courses, and we can definitely upload them on our college portal. So thanks a lot to all of you. Thank you, Prakash sir, principal sir, and all the colleagues and all the faculty members who have taken out time for us. And we wish you a happy learning. Stay home, stay safe, and all the best. Thanks a lot to everybody.
Thanks, everyone. I'll drop out and hope you do your best and learn and learn and learn and build a very good, roadmap for India. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I can see that you have special love for your own country, sir. Thank you.
Definitely. Satyameva Jayate.